Yo, what's up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Cop It or Drop It, featuring me, Edwin, the Comic Jabroni. Guys, in Cop It or Drop It, we are going to go over the new Comic Book Day books that the Comic Jabroni plans on picking up this Wednesday, and I'm hoping that some of these books are something that piques your interest. Maybe there's books out there that I am not looking at and you guys are, and you can let me know down in the comment section below. But enough of that, let's get into it. I'll be back in 2 seconds. And I'm back. Welcome back, guys. So yes, like every week on Cop It or Drop It, I use Midtown Comics website to look at the new books that are coming out this week. Always do it because it's such an easy website to use. Shows you all the books, DC, Marvel, IDW, Indies, Image, doesn't matter. Shows you the covers, shows you who's writing it, shows you the artist. Sometimes they don't have the cover art for a particular book, but that doesn't happen too often. Usually the main books that you are looking at have the cover on there. But there you go. Here is Midtown, and we're going to start off with DC, move into Marvel, and then jump into Indies this week, starting with DC. Strange Adventures, issue number 3. This is the Mitch Gerads A cover, written by Tom King. Artwork is done by Mitch Gerads and Evan Shaner. Guys, this has been such an incredible 2 issues. It's only been 2 issues, and I thought it's been so great. There is that cover right there. That's an awesome cover done by Mitch Gerads. It is a $5 book. Those first 2 issues, that first one came out, and then because of the whole COVID quarantine, that second issue took a while. But once it came out, oh boy, was it great. We had that the Mr. Terrific book, right? That one book really focused on Mr. Terrific, who is now going to be like the lead investigator into this murder of this civilian guy, and everybody's pointing the finger at Adam Strange. So I can't wait to read issue number 3 on this. It does have a B cover, and here is the B cover for you, done by Doc Shaner. This one's a cool cover, but I don't think it's as good as that A cover. Moving right along, this is one I haven't really figured out if I'm copping it this week or I'm dropping it. Let me know if you guys are all in on Dark Knight's Death Metal. Here's issue number 2. This is the Jerome Opena Lobo cardstock. Look at this cover, guys. Ooh, this is probably my cover of the week as well. It's a $5 book, written by Scott Snyder. Artwork is done by Greg Capullo and Jonathan Glapion. It's a $5 book. Like I said, there are a ton of covers for it, but to me, this cover is where it's at. And honestly, the main reason I might cop this book is because of this cover. I think this Lobo cover is fired. I know Perry Comics is all in on these Lobo covers. That first issue was it was a little out there, and honestly, if you haven't been reading up on a lot of DC's different storylines, you were probably lost with that first issue. You didn't really know what was going on. And even with me, I didn't read Flash Forward, so I didn't understand the whole Wally West part of this story. But I've been reading a lot of the other DC stories, so everything that was going on in the book, I pretty much had figured out. It was just the whole Wally West. I don't know exactly what's going on. So let me know in the comment section below, are you guys picking up Dark Knight's Death Metal? That first Dark Knight series was insane. I've read it a few times, still having trouble understanding what's really going on. I might give this issue a chance. I might cop it really because of the cover. But if it doesn't pick up from that first issue, I'm dropping it, guys. I'm not picking up the next one. The third DC title I'm picking up this week, Nightwing, issue 72. This is the Travis Moore cover. It is a Joker War tie-in, written by Dan Jurgens. Artwork is done by Ronan Cliquette. $4 book. Big reason this one's going to be sold out, guys, is because it's got Punchline. I think this is the first time that Punchline is showing up in a book that is not Batman. I think all of her appearances have been in Batman, but now she's finally showing up in a different book, Nightwing. So this Joker War is going to be spread across a bunch of different titles. I'm not usually a big fan of that, but it's a Joker book. It has to do with Batman. I'm probably going to try to pick up every single one. Nightwing is not a book that's on my pull list, but if I see it at the store, I'll pick it up just to get the Joker War tie-ins. I think, to me, really, Batman issues, I think 95 through 100 are the main story for Joker War, and I always pick up Detective Comics, so I'll pick that up too, just for the tie-ins. But the other books, like Harley Quinn for the tie-ins, Nightwing, if I see it, I'll pick them up. Let me know. Are you going to be all in on Joker War? That's enough from DC. Let's move into Marvel. Marvel, again, it seems like a heavy week, but not for me. I'm only picking up one book, and that one book is Venom. Venom issue number 26. This is the Ryan Stegman cover. It is written by Donny Cates. The artwork is done by Ivan Coelho. I'm not sure. I think that might be a new artist. I think the artwork in the past was done by Ryan Stegman on the interiors, but I might not be sure about that. Here you go. This is the cover. Looks okay in my opinion. I'm not entirely sure on who that is right there. You guys are gonna have to let me know. But there seems to be 3 covers for it. Here is the Marvel Wednesday cover. Let's see if it'll pull up. It doesn't even show you what that cover looks like. And then there's a Mark Bagley $60 cover. Wow, with Venom fighting Carnage. That's a cool cover, but not $60 cool. I'm definitely not picking that. I'm not copping that one, I'll tell you for sure. I'm just going to be picking up the A cover for Venom. But that's it for Marvel, guys. I am almost at the point where I'm dropping everything Marvel. Marauders, Venom, and Thor, I think, are the only ongoing titles that I am picking up from Marvel. What are you guys picking up? Let's move into indies. You absolutely know when there's a Turtle book coming out, Comic Jabroni's picking it up. And this week we have Turtles issue 106. This is the regular A cover done by Nelson Daniel. $4 book written by Sophie Campbell, who's been doing an absolutely amazing job on writing Turtles. The artwork's done by Nelson Daniel. Here's the A cover for you. And you see all 5 turtles, not 4, all 5 turtles with a mouser. What's going on with that? And you see in this, in the cover, looks like there's some type of sea creature. I can't wait to pick this up. There are 3 covers for it. You got a Kevin Eastman B cover and a Sophie Campbell C cover. This one looks super creepy. I like that. Guys, Turtles issue 101 is a big one to pick up. If you can go out there and find that in the back issues, because it is her first appearance. And I cannot remember the name of this little turtle, but it's her first appearance. And in that last issue of 105, we actually see that this character from the future comes to the past. So she's going to be playing a big major role in the Turtles going forward. So that might be a first appearance that you want to get. And it was in issue 101. So definitely go out there and see if you can find that one. That's it from IDW. Let's move into Boom Studios. Once and Future. Issue number 9. Written by Kieran Gillen. Artwork is done by the incredible Dan Mora. I am all in on Once and Future. I think this is such a fantastic story. Great artwork. The story is amazing. The artwork is amazing. The characters that you're reading about in this are just meshing so well with that grandmother teaching her grandson how to fight these monsters, how to fight King Arthur. And then you got Merlin that came back. Beowulf is now in the picture. Look at this cover right here. Looks like there's some type of werewolf coming into the story now, because down here at the bottom it tells you that Merlin calls to life another story entirely. Will the 2 heroes save the day? So if you don't understand, there's these stories that we've read about as kids, right? Beowulf and King Arthur, Merlin, and we think of them as stories, but these monster hunters, they're real to them. So they have to go out there and defeat them. So now these stories are being brought back to life. I love this cover right here. Not too much going on. You get this one hairy ass arm. Looks like it could be a werewolf holding that helmet and about to crush it. And he's got these skulls on the side of his belt. Oh, this is an amazing cover, guys. I cannot wait to read Once and Future. Let's keep it going. We got an AWA book, guys. Artists, Writers, and Artisans, Year Zero, issue number 3. $4 book written by Benjamin Piercy, and the artwork is done by Ramon Rosanas. Here's the only cover I have loved. I find them so fascinating, these covers for Year Zero. They're like pictures, but with always something crazy going on in the background. It's like so picturesque and so happy. And then if you dig a little deeper, there's something going on. Like this one, there's a family having a picnic, and there's a flipping zombie in the background on fire. So if you don't know, this is a story about zombies, but it's like the start of the zombie apocalypse, and we're following 5 characters in their journey kind of through this beginning portion of a zombie apocalypse. There's one character from the US that's like a conspiracy theorist, and he's built himself a bunker underneath his house, and he's got it all set up to be able to live there for years and years. And this one guy was trying to get in. He's like, I believe you, I never believed you before, but I believe you now, and please let me in. And this dude, he's like, nah man, I can't let you in. And then the guy dies. You really haven't seen the zombies yet. You see a little bit of them, but guys, Year Zero, it's only a 5-issue miniseries, but this is definitely worth the read. So let's get into my cover of the week. Obviously, I talked about that Dark Knight's Death Metal. I think this right here is a fantastic cover. But another one that I saw from Marvel, I'm not picking this book up, but I think this cover is just amazing. And it is Giant Size X-Men Magneto #1, cover done by Ben Oliver. I like the realism. It looks like a painting, but it got some realistic look to it. I like this, man. Magneto has always been one of my favorite kind of anti-heroes in the Marvel universe. He started off as a villain, kind of transitioned into being a hero, switched back and forth from a villain to hero every once in a while, kind of how, if it benefited him. But Magneto's a badass, guys, and I love this cover with Magneto. I wasn't always a fan of when he had the white suit. He had a white helmet with a white suit. Really wasn't a fan of that. I liked his old school red and purple. But this is dope, guys. Damn, Magneto just with his hand. Come mess with me. I got this piece of metal I'm finna throw through your eye. God, Magneto's awesome, guys. Let's get into one SPEC book, and I'm not entirely sure if this is gonna pan out or not. But from Vault Comics, we've got Engine Ward #1. Cover A, done by Joe Eisma. Eisma. Written by George Mann. Artwork again done by Joe Eisma. Guys, $4, #1 from Vault Comics. Vault has been putting out some pretty good comics here recently. Good artwork, nice, really great stories. Engine Ward could be one of those. It could be a #1 that pops off, guys. If you see it, flip through it, look at it. If it kind of piques your interest, pick it up, give it a read. You always want to support the independent comic publishers, guys. So that's kind of my pick of the week as far as SPEC goes. If I see it, I'll more than likely pick it up. Give it a chance. I'm gonna give it a read and see if it's worthy of copping from here on out. So that's this episode of Cop It or Drop It, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Definitely check out the other videos on my channel. I've got some great haul videos. Yesterday's Second and Charles. Definitely want to check that one out. Hit the subscribe button. Should be maybe around here. But hey, guys, I'm Edwin the Comic Jabroni. Until next time, take it easy. Over 9,000.